If you want to know business auto loans for bad credit with no money down, here's a review I want you to pay attention to. Number 7, we have Balboa Capital. Our score, 8.3 over 10. When you think about Balboa Capital, I want you to think about a business auto loan for bad credit with no money down that's really fast. They actually do same-day funding for commercial trucks. They do cargo vans. They do sedans. They do all kinds of vehicles. Not a problem. So if you have bad credit, not a problem at all. And what we love about Balboa Capital is that overall they are a specialized lender that they actually do a lot of things in terms of equipment financing, and it offers financing of up to $500,000 for commercial trucks, semi trucks, cargo van, commercial van, all kinds of vehicles. Okay, and we love that. And what we love about Balboa Capital most of the time is that they have two types of application processes. So they have application only for hard collateral up to $500,000, and application only for soft collateral of up to $350,000. But if you just want to have like a business auto loan, if you want to get a business auto loan, you're probably trying to buy like a business auto for like $100,000 or less. They'll take care of you. What we love here is that not only they actually will approve you up to $500,000 and with no money down though. I want to insist on that. And they also have loan terms that can range from 24 months all the way to 60 months, depending on the equipment and also your business profile. That's what we love a lot. And one thing I want to say here is that you also have to think about the fact that Balboa Capital will work with you no matter what. That's really good. They will work with you no matter what. We love this a lot. And one thing I want to also say is that it really depends on the kind of business you have. Sometimes Balboa Capital will look at your industry. They'll look at your economic sector. But it's really straightforward. So no money down, bad credit accepted, not a problem at all. And they just want you to be like minimum credit here, 500. So minimum credit here, 500. If you have 500 to 569, they will approve you to $150,000. But overall, this is a fantastic alternative lender. They were really fast. We love that a lot, and we love the fact that they will actually work with you. They have excellent customer service. This is just fantastic. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have a quick convo with you about business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. Fantastic. Number 6, we have Crest Capital. Our score, 8.7 over 10. So when you think about business auto loans for bad credit with no money down, Crest Capital is a great player that we love a lot. So 8.7 over 10, and they will actually approve you from $5,000 all the way to $500,000. This is really great, and and sometimes they don't ask for no documentation. So if you want to get up to $250,000, they have no doc. This is really good. Let's quickly go through the pros and cons of Crest Capital. Pros: you have few additional fees, long-term financing available, fast and easy application process. This is really great. And Crest Capital is known for its excellent customer service. So if you have bad credit and you are looking for a business auto loan and you don't want to put money down, think about Crest Capital. What about the cons here? Well, Crest Capital is not available to some industries and rates can be expensive. But hey, listen, if you have bad credit and you're looking for a business auto loan, this is really great. I mean, you want to work with Crest Capital. And what we love about the Crest Capital is that they actually specializes in a constellation of business vehicles. They do all kinds of business vehicles, and they provide an easy online application for business auto leases and loans. And so they will actually, unlike many lenders, Crest will finance used vehicles and private party sales. This is really good. So, and they will give you terms that range from 24 to 74 to 72 to 74 months. This is really good. And now the only thing is Crest Capital they do charge an administrative fee of $275 on all products, and their rates start at 5%. So be aware of that. And so one thing I want to say here is that through Crest Capital, you might need to actually be in business for 1 year. And so the business revenue required might actually depend upon the sector you're in, and the FICO score 500. Sometimes we've seen people be approved for a business auto loan for bad credit with no money down through Crest Capital for a FICO score that started at 475. So hey, listen, everything is possible with Crest Capital. That's what we love a lot here, and the flexibility is just fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. Number 5, we have Bank of America. Our score, 9/10. When you think about Bank of America, I want you to think about a bank that's great for business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. A lot of folks believe that banks, big banks, do not approve business auto loans for bad credit. That's not true. We have actually we have proof because we have business clients who have bad credit and they're still being approved. It's all about relationship building and how you actually package your application process. Let's talk about the pros and cons of Bank of America here. So the pros, you have a high borrowing amounts. Of course, this is a bank. So you have 25,000. Loans actually starts at 25,000 and can go all the way to $10 million. Obviously, you're not going to buy a car or a fleet of cars for $10 million, but the potential is there. So Bank of America does have the balance sheet to finance all those type like transactions of this magnitude. So and loan terms up to 5 years. And the Bank of America has fees. Sometimes they will charge you 0.5 to 1.5%. And so you have multiple types of financing available. Of course, Bank of America is a financial behemoth. So they do have the balance sheet to finance, like, as I said, all kinds of transactions. Rates tend to be inexpensive. And you have long-term financing options available. So up to 5 years. What about the cons here? In some cases, borrower qualifications might be hard to meet, especially if you do not have an existing relationship with Bank of America. Okay, you got to have a relationship. And financing is not available in some states. And the application process is very slow and involved when you think about Bank of America because, they want to give you as much money as possible, but they want to do a little bit of digging. And funds can take time to disperse. But one thing we have found is that if you have a relationship if you have an existing bank account with Bank of America, they will fund you real fast. So this is really good. So if you run a well-established business or even a startup and you need a loan for a vehicle weighing less than 2.5 tons, Bank of America's auto loans can be an excellent financing option for you. This is really just fantastic. So overall, we love this lender a lot. Number 4, Wells Fargo. Our score, 9.2/10. Here is another national behemoth in the banking industry that will take care of you when it comes to business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. So we love this a lot. Here are the pros and cons for Wells Fargo. Pros, this bank is suitable for large businesses as well as startups. You have multiple types of financing available. Rates tend to be cheap. And you have high borrowing amounts. So this is kind of cool. What about the cons here? Well, Wells Fargo is still working on its public reputation. But hey, listen, if you have bad credit, you're looking for a business auto loan, you don't really care about the lender's reputation. Okay, so this is really good. One thing we love about Wells Fargo is that they will finance all kinds of transactions. So you are looking at, they can go all the way to $10 million. And so this is kind of cool. And in terms of revenue, let's say revenue eligibility, they want you to have at least $50,000 a year to actually qualify, and they will qualify you even if you have a bad credit. Normally, their application process requires you to have a credit score of 600 to 640 minimum. But if you have an existing relationship with Wells Fargo, then they will actually lower the bar in terms of the FICO requirements. And no money down at all, no money down, not a problem. But similar to Bank of America, Wells Fargo does have an involved process, and they tend to, but they do tend to actually release funds a lot faster within 3 days, 3 to 5 days. We have seen in our experience, and this is really good. The only thing is, Wells Fargo will ask you just be prepared for a series of back and forths with Wells Fargo. They might ask you for things like your business tax returns, your business plan. They'll ask you to explain what you need the vehicle for. You need to justify how that vehicle is going to help you boost the operational profitability. So there is a lot of back and forth, and they'll ask about what we call causal relationship. You have to justify the loan, but hey, listen, it is still worth it. at the end of the day. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. Number 3, we have Smart Biz. Our score, 9.4 over 10. When you think about Smart Biz, I want you to think about, a lender that's great if you are trying to get an online business auto loan for bad credit with no money down. And so here are the pros and cons of this lender here. Pros: rates tend to be affordable, and there are no prepayment penalties. This is kind of cool. We love the clarity of the clarity and granularity of information on this lender's website, SmartBiz, and customer service is really helpful. So we love that a lot. What about the cons here? Well, the application process can be slow at times, depending on the backlog of work they have, and also depending on the industry you are in, and some additional fees are charged depending again on the business auto loan. So this is really good. So overall, what we love about Smart Biz is that if you have bad credit, it doesn't matter if you are a startup or established business and you're looking for a business auto loan for bad credit with no money down, Smart Biz will take care of you. Not a problem at all. Now, the thing is that they want you to have revenue. If you are an established business, they want you to have revenue of like around $10,000 a month. Credit score, they will start looking at your application at the 450. Sometimes they will go to 500. Okay, but if you are a startup, they ask for a higher credit score, like 550 or 575. But if you are an established business, they will lower the bar and they will bring it down to a 450, 475. Not a problem. And so time in business, if you are an established business, they want you to be in business for 2 years. But if you are a startup, there is some kind of not favor, but they will look at all other information, all other pieces of information from you, including your personal tax returns, your personal credit score. They'll look at your bank statements also. So they look at a multitude of information sources to actually qualify you. But overall, this is a fast lender for business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. So we love Smart Biz a lot. Fantastic. So our score, 9.4 over 10. Number 2, we have National Funding. Our score, 9.7 over 10. So when you think about National Funding, I want you to think about a great lender for business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. Let's quickly go through the pros and cons here. Pros: low credit score requirements. You have discounts for repaying early. We love that a lot. There's no collateral required and no down payments. You have a fast and easy application process. So we love this a lot. What about the cons here? Based on our experience, rates can be expensive if you go through National Funding. Some additional fees are charged, and repayments are required frequently, especially if you put no money down. They want you to really pay as soon as possible. They want you to pay quickly. So what we love about National Funding here is that this lender offers equipment financing for all kinds of businesses: small business, established business, large business, mid-sized business, all kinds of finance and all kinds of businesses. And but they limits their equipment financing to $150,000 with terms that range from 2 to 5 years. Okay. Now, National Funding also offers short-term loans, but this will depend on the kind of industry you're in and the kind of repayment window you are looking at. So this is kind of cool. And this lender will fund you real fast within 24 hours. We have seen, especially you have all the paperwork for the business auto loan that you want to buy, for the business auto that you want to buy. They will fund you within 1 day to 3 business days. So this is kind of cool. And their APRs actually are decent. Those rates start at 4.99%, but just be prepared to pay an origination fee of 1 to 3% if you were to go through a National Funding. Okay, so what are the eligibility requirements here? Well, if time in business, go from 6 months to 2 years. Okay, business revenue. They want you to have $250,000 every year. But hey, this is for an established business. Sometimes they have I would say, an exception for startups. So if you have projections, revenue projections, all the way to $10,000 a month, they can still look at you. It has to be projections though. Okay, credit score here 550 to 600. Number 1, you have businessloans.com. Our score 9.8 over 10. So if you are looking for business auto loans for bad credit with no money down, you want to think about businessloans.com. Businessloans.com is not a direct lender. It's rather a business loan aggregator for auto loans. And this is really good. And here are the pros and cons. You have high borrowing amounts, no minimum credit score, and you have a quick and easy application process. What about the cons here? Well, in terms of transparency, pricing transparency, it's really not really good because there are limited fee disclosures on the website, and funding can take a while to disburse. So when you think about businessloans.com, you're thinking about what? A loan aggregator, which means what? As a borrower, you are able to apply to businessloans.com's entire network of lenders with a single application, right? So this efficiency also increases your chances of getting financing, because even if let's say 5 or 6 lenders turn you down, you are still getting at least one offer with your application, right? So this is really good. So if you have bad credit and you are looking for business auto loans for bad credit with no money down, you might want to consider a platform such as businessloans.com. And so what we love about businessloans.com is that in addition to business auto loans for bad credit, they also do business term loans, business short-term loans, business lines of credit, merchant cash advances, and all those business loan programs. Those business loan programs range from in terms of FICO score. There's a large spectrum. You have a bad credit all the way to excellent credit. It's all about what you want. In terms of time and business, they'll ask you a minimum 3 months business revenue on an annual basis, $100,000, and there is no minimum for your credit score. So overall, here's a wonderful proposition here, and borrowing amounts range from $5,000 all the way to $3 million, which is great because if you have a large variety of lenders, of course, you have a larger pool, a more generous pool when it comes to lending requirements. So this is just fantastic. Before I do a recap of the business auto loans for bad credit with no money down, I want to quickly acquaint you with our loan evaluation approach. We have a system on this show when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing business auto loans for bad credit with no money down. Check this out. Let's do a quick recap here. So number 1, businessloans.com, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, national funding, our score 9.7 over 10. Number 3, we have Smart Biz, our score 9.4 over 10. Number 4, Wells Fargo, 9.2 over 10. Number 5, Bank of America, 9 over 10. Number 6, we have Crest Capital, 8.7 over 10. And number 7, we have Balboa Capital, our score 8.3 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.